Afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the opening of bids for goods and services. Today is March 2, 2026, and it's scheduled opening by our purchase requests. To formally start this bidding conference, let us start. I would like to call on Engineer IoT for an opening prayer.
For Catholics, please let's say across. Holy Father, as we begin the opening of books today, we ask for the guidance and wisdom. Must clear minds, honest hearts, guidance in every decision. May everything we do today become properly of us who are together with respect, responsibility.
Thank you, Yon. At this point, I would like to ask the Secretariat for the roll call.
Good afternoon again. Attendance for today's opening of bids for goods. Back Chairperson OIC, ID General and Condesa. Vice Chairperson Engineer Alvaro Isanigupa. Regular members, Ms. Leah Inamit, Engineer C. Marcos Stacanay. Provisional member, Engineer Miguel Atsaa. Backhead Secretariat, Engineer Jennifer Ipanaan. Members, Engineer Ida Marlene Roy, Mr. Efren Baderes, Head back DPWH, Engineer Grace P. Julian. Members, Engineer Ione Grace P. Pios, Engineer Nino B. and Mr. Abdul Before Everton. That's all, sir.
So thank you, Gwen. So majority of the MAP members are present, as well as the technical working group and the Secretariat. So therefore, we are informed. So we shall start this opening bids. So today is March 2, 2026, and we have 5 PRs scheduled for namely number 1, PR number 2026-02-001. This is the supply and delivery of construction materials and supplies, reinforcing steel bar, common nails, et al. For the use in maintenance section, preventive maintenance activities at Butuan City, CDO Iligan Road, Station K1439 plus minus 220 to K1444 plus 730. With an approved budget for the contract of 352,866 pesos. Number 2, we have PR number 2026-02-002. This is the supply and delivery of construction equipment, grass cutter, for the use in maintenance section, preventive maintenance activities at Lumbia-Uguiaban Bypass Road, Station K1461 plus minus 54 to K1464 plus 152. With an approved budget for contract of 349,800. Third, we have PR number 2026-02-003. This is the supply and delivery of signage and accessories, plastic road barrier, and T-top bollards for the use in maintenance section, preventive maintenance activities at Cagayan de Oro City Coastal Bypass Road, with an approved budget for contract of 372,537. Fourth, we have PR number 2026-02-004. This is the supply and delivery of construction materials, supplies, sand, gravel, and for the use in maintenance section, preventive maintenance activities at Carmen-Patag-Bulua Road Station K1440 plus minus 644 to K1443 plus 581. With an approved budget for contract of 348,000 pesos, 348,520 pesos. The last one, you have PR number 2026-02-005. This is the supply and delivery of construction materials and supplies, thermoplastic paint, glass beads, et al. For the use in maintenance section, preventive maintenance activities at Lumbia-Uguiaban Bypass Road, Station K1461 plus minus 654 to K1464 plus 152 with an approved budget for contract of 346,351 pesos. So we will start the opening of purchase request number 2026-02-001. For this PR, we have two bidders, Bollards Hardware and Construction Supplies, and number two, PBR Marketing Enterprises. So we'll now proceed with the opening of the proposal. So I have now the bid proposals. The two bidders, Bollards Hardware Construction and Supplies and PBR Marketing Enterprises. I now request the technical work group proceed with the thorough checking of this document. The technical working group, once done with the thorough checking, please proceed with the announcement of the results. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Mr. Chair. We have heard the result for the purchase request number 2026-02 -001. Supply and delivery of construction materials and supplies. Reinforcing steel mark, home nails, for the use, the maintenance and preventive maintenance of Butuan City, City of Iligan Road, Station K1439 plus minus 0, minus K144 plus 730. We have here the first figure, the Bulari hardware construction. And we have the legal documents, we have the projects, the instructions of the attached and uploaded. And also the business permit attached and updated. The DPI, of course, the income tax return, and the tax clearance, and of course, the authorized universal statement are all attached and updated. And the total amount of cash rate for Bulari hardware and construction supplies is 350,044 pesos. And we have here the second, third, the TBR Marketing Enterprises. Again, the project's registration certificate attached and updated. The mayor business permit, the DPI, the income tax return, the first tax clearance, and the notarized universal statement are all attached and updated. And the total amount of cash rate is 352,830. That's how we structured for this. Yeah. So thank you. So, Albert. So for the purchase request number 2026-02-001, the supply and delivery of construction materials and supplies, reinforcing steel bar, common nails, et al. For the use in maintenance section, preventive maintenance activities at Butuan, Cagayan, Iligan Road, at station K1439 plus minus 222, K1444 plus 730. The lowest bidder is Bollards Hardware and Construction Supplies. The bid amount of 350,044 pesos. Again, 350,044 pesos. So this is still a raw bid and will be subjected for post evaluation and post qualification. So now we proceed with the second PR. PR number 2026-02-002, supply and delivery of construction equipment, grass cutter for the use in maintenance section, preventive maintenance activities at Lumbia-Uguiaban bypass road, station K1461 plus minus 654 to K1464 plus 152. For this PR, we have a loan bidder, the name of North Sapphire Trading. We now proceed with the opening of its proposal. So I have now the proposal of North Sapphire Trading for PR number 2026-02-002. This point, we would like to request the technical working group proceed to the thorough checking of the subject of
Ano ba kung kasi daw sa kita? Wag ibiyan sa
Ayan, tas niya.
siya. Nakakapagod.
Thank you.
Good afternoon again, Mr. Chair. So we have heard the result for the purchase request number 2026-02-002. Supply and delivery of construction equipment, grass cutter, for the use in the maintenance section preventive maintenance activities at Lumbia-Uguiaban bypass road. So we have heard the loan bidders, the North Sapphire Trading. We have the legal documents of the North Sapphire Trading. And here the Dodge's registration certificate, attached and updated. The mirror business permit, attached and updated. The DTI, the income tax return, tax clearance, the notarized omnibus source statement, all attached and updated. And the total amount of pay as rate is 349,000. So 349,750 pesos. Thank you, Mr. Gilbert. So for the second, just request, this afternoon, A 2026-02-002, supply and delivery of construction equipment plus cutter for the use in maintenance section, preventive maintenance activities at Lumbia-Uguiaban bypass road at station K 1461 plus minus 654 to station K 1464 plus 152. Our loan bidder, our Sapphire Trading, submitted a bid, the amount of 349,750. So this is still a low bid, subjected to post qualification and post evaluation. So now we proceed to the third purchase request. PR number 2026-02-003, the supply and delivery of signage and accessories, plastic road barrier and T-top bollards for the use and maintenance section, preventive maintenance activities at Cagayan de Oro Civil Coastal Bypass Road. For this PR, we have two bidders, Bigolair Hardware and Construction Supplies and TBR Marketing Enterprises. So now we proceed with the opening of the bids. So I have now the submitted bids for the two bidders, Bigolair Hardware and Construction Supplies and TBR Marketing Enterprises from PR number 2026-02-003. I'd like to request the technical working group. Please proceed with the thorough checking of these documents. It should be announcement of the result. For purchase request number 2026, that's 02-003. Supply and delivery of signage, insulation, plastic road barriers, and data Bollards for the use in the maintenance, preventive maintenance activities, Cagayan de Oro City Coastal Bypass Road. So we have here the first bidder, the Bulari Hardware and Construction Supplies. We have the Belgium registration certificate, that's not printed. The new business permit, that's not printed. The DTI, the income tax return, clearance, that's not printed. Notarized omnibus statement, and also attached on printed. The total amount of rate as rate for Bulari Hardware is 372,375 pesos. And we have the TBR Marketing Enterprises, the second bidder. The Belgium's registration certificate, attached and updated, TBR business permit, attached also and updated, the DPI, the income tax return, tax clearance, and the notarized omnibus statement is attached and updated. And the total amount of fee as rate for the TBR Marketing Enterprises is 369,000 pesos. So again, for purchase request number 2026-02-003, supply and delivery of signage and accessories, plastic road barrier and Bollards for the use of maintenance section, preventive maintenance activities at Cagayan de Oro City Coastal Bypass Road. Our lowest bidder is TBR Marketing Enterprises, the bid amount of 369,000 pesos. So this is still a low bid and will be subject for post qualification and post evaluation. So next, we proceed to the fourth purchase request, which is the 2026-02-004, the supply and delivery of construction materials and supplies, sand, gravel, and other for the use in maintenance section, preventive maintenance activities at Carmen-Patag-Bulua Road, station P44+-644, station P44+581. So for this, we have a low bidder, Diamond Star Industrial Trading. So we proceed with the bidding with its bid proposal. They will now be submitted bidding docs for PR number 2026. That's 0 2-004 from Dialogue Star Industrial Trading. I would like to request that the developer proceed with the following documents. See the announcement. So, for the purchase request number 2026 -02-004, supply and delivery of construction materials and supplies, sand, gravel, and mud for the use in the maintenance section preventive maintenance activities. Carmen-Patag-Bulua Road. We have here the loan bidder, the Diamond Star Industrial Trade. We have here the bidding documents. We have the budget registration certificate, the mayor business permit, the DTI, income tax return, tax clearance, and the notarized omnibus source statement are all attached and updated. And the total amount of paid as rate for the Diamond Star Industrial Trading, 340,050 pesos. That's all, Mr. Chair. Thank you, Sir Gilbert. Again, for this PR number 2026-02-004, the supply and delivery of construction materials and supplies, sand, gravel, and metal for the use in maintenance section, preventive maintenance activities at Carmen-Patag-Bulua Road, Station K 1440 +5644 to Station K 1443 +581. Our loan bidder, Diamond Star Industrial Trading, submitted a bid with a bid amount of 348,050 pesos. So this is still a low bid that will be subject to inform post qualification and post valuation. So now we are down to our last PR, BR number 2026-02-005, the supply and delivery of construction materials and supplies, thermoplastic paint, glass beads, and et al. For the use in the maintenance section, preventive maintenance activities at Lumbia-Uguiaban Bypass Road, Station A1461, plus minus 654 to Station A1464, plus 152. For this PR, we have a loan bidder, which is AMR Trading. Now we proceed with the its proposal. So I have now the bid proposal of AMR Trading for PR number 2026-02-005. Would like to request a working group proceed with the checking these documents. Please, Sir Gilbert, please proceed with the announcement, the result. We have here the pay purchase request. Purchase request number 2026-02-005. Supply and delivery of construction materials and supplies. Thermoplastic paint, glass beads, and valve to the use in the maintenance section, preventive maintenance station, Lumbia-Uguiaban bypass road. We have here a road bidder, the EMR grading. And we have here also the documents, bidding documents. We have the project's registration certificate, attached and updated, the minor business permit, the DTI, income tax return, tax clearance, notarized of the source certificate, was also attached and updated. And the total amount of bid as read for AMR trading, 344,900 pesos. That's all, Mr. Chair, for this PR. Thank you, Sir Gilbert. So again, for PR number 2026-02-005 is supply delivery of construction materials and supplies, thermoplastic paint, glass beads, and metal for the use in maintenance section, preventive maintenance activities at Lumbia-Uguiaban bypass road, station K 1461 plus minus 654 to station K 1464 plus 152. Our loan leader, AMR Trading, has submitted a bid with a bid amount of 344,900 pesos. So this is still a low bid and will be subjected for post qualification and post evaluation. So that was our last PR for this afternoon. Therefore, this bidding conference, the opening of goods and services has come to an end. Or this conference is now closed. Thank you very much, everyone, coming, and once again, good afternoon. So before we proceed to our next activity for this afternoon, I think let us have a short break, 5-10 minutes break for service and visitors for comfort room is on the side of the conference room. We have water and coffee on the side.
Di pa po ano mo.
Carmen na multi-purpose. Yes, kung na mo sir kay bayabas. Bayabas improvement. Ang lagi una sa ha? Bayabas
Bayabas pinagsasabi sa school.
kasi bigta. Ito na sila sir. Improvement ikaw na. Ako na.
Naka-depend na na ang
Ganyan na sila.
Afternoon again, everyone. So we are now second part of this afternoon activities. Welcome to the pre-meeting conference for the four of our infrastructure projects. Intake, we have 26K00, 26K0024. The contracting construction of multi-purpose building, Barangay Carmen. Cagayan de Oro City with an approved budget for contract of 9,899,563 pesos and 69 centavos. Number 2, this is KH 0025, the improvement of Bayabas Elementary School, Barangay Bayabas, Cagayan de Oro City, Samis Oriental. With the approved budget for contract of 4,899,448 pesos and 46 centavos. And number 3, we have 26K0022, the rehabilitation of road at Barangay Bayabas, Station 0 to Station 400, Cagayan de Oro City, Misamis Oriental, with an approved budget for contract of 9,249,169 pesos and 66 centavos. The fourth project, the contract ID 26KH0023, the rehabilitation of road at Barangay Bisigan, Station 0 to Station 200, Cagayan de Oro City, Misamis Oriental, with an approved budget for contract of 4,624,320 pesos and 54 centavos. So these are all under the Cagayan de Oro First District Engineering Office, DPWH 10. But and at this point, I would like to call on the Secretariat. Please acknowledge the attendees of this meeting.
Good afternoon again, attendance for this pre-bid conference for the civil works. Back chairperson OIC, Adi Engineer Weldon Condesa. Back chairperson Engineer Pero Isa Ligumba. Regular members Ms. Leah Ilani Pungit and Engineer Si Marcos Istakanay. Professional member Engineer Mabel Epsaa. Head back secretariat Engineer Jennifer Imbanaad. Members Engineer Aida Marinila Vidaroy. Mr. Efren V. Padires and yours truly. Head back DWG Mr. Marvin Julius J. Digal. Members Architect Franzin Maisy Valdez. Engineer Lourdes and Ola, Engineer Camille Andy Escobedo, Engineer Anthony H. Casona, Engineer Ryan F. Filippi, and Engineer Shan E.B. Pilisidaria. Programmers, Engineer Aris Caliso, Engineer Lord Vincent Popley Sugahid, Engineer Dina and G. Bernaldez, Engineer Sheena Marie E. Dilatori. Observers from DepEd Engineer Lima Maclady II, for good afternoon, and Engineer GB El Hala, and DepEd also from Bayabas Elementary School, Ma'am Gina P. Obarco, Ma'am President, and from Greenery, Engineer GR Odarbe. That's all, sir.
Thank you. So again, to our observers and prospective bidders, welcome. So please. So I'd like to inform everyone that we are live via YouTube Live. So for our online viewers, please be assured that your attendance is also being noted through the live stream monitoring system. So this afternoon, we will be presenting to you our servers and prospective bidders, the details of the projects, our programmers, and later our back secretariat will present to you the some instructions to the bidders. So now let us start with the presentation of our first project. First project, the contract ID 26K0025, the improvement of Bayabas Elementary School, Barangay Bayabas, Cagayan de Oro City, Samis Oriental. Details of this project will be discussed by Engineer Lord Vincent Sungahi.
Good afternoon, everyone. Presenting to you the project contract ID 26KH0025, improvement of Bayabas Elementary School, school ID 127959, Barangay Bayabas, Cagayan de Oro City, Misamis Oriental. Located at Barangay Bayabas, Cagayan de Oro City. The population of 5 million. For the approved budget of the contract, we have 4,899,448.46 centavos, with a contract calendar days of 180. For the scope of works, we have construction or improvement of multipurpose building having a dimension of 15 by 10 with an area of 150 square meter, which includes architectural works, structural works, plumbing works, and electrical works as per approved plans, PAUs, and standard specifications. This is the location for project inside elementary of Barangay Bayabas. For the site photos, this is the actual site photos.
Hindi na mag-dollar. Hindi ba klanta? Interesting.
This portion is to be removed and to be transferred. And this is our perspective output of the project. On your left, we have the existing covered court as shown in the previous slide, and on the right is our proposed project. Our site development plan. For our architectural plan, we have 12 meters, including the eaves. Then on your left, this is the existing front elevation. It includes embankment, slab and fill, painting of the masonry and steelwork, as well as the new proposed building. With thickness of the slab 100 mm. For the left side and right side elevation, we have 5 meters each bay with a total of 3 bays, and 17 meters all in all, including the eaves. For our floor plan, as shown, we have 5 meters each bay and 10 meters width. For the cross section, we have an effective rear height of 5.3 with a height of a pedestal of 0.70 meters. For our roof plan, we use pre-painted corrugated GI long span roofing as indicated in the previous slide. For our foundation plan, we have 100 mm thick slab on field with 10 mm RSP space at 400. Also 100 mm thick gravel bedding. And also we have a post line canal. For the pedestal I-beam column joint detail, we will use 625 mm by 400 mm amper bolts with nuts and washers. Then using I-beam W10 by 45 and 0.02 meter stiffener, fully welded back to back. For our footing and column, we have 1.2 by 1.2 meters footing with a pedestal column of 0.4 by 0.3 meters. And reinforcing bars with 10, 16 mm, both sides, both ways. And 420 mm vertical bars for the corners. In the middle, we have 416 vertical bars. For the stiffener plate detail, as shown, we have 0.02 meter thick. This is our footing detail, technical section. We will bump for 0.40 meters with a gravel bedding of 0.1 and a concrete slab of 0.1. Then our thickness of our footing will be 0.3 meter. For our roof framing plan, we will use 16 mm plain round bar for the sagrad and 2 mm thick by 50 by 150 mm purling, spaced at 0.70 cm. For the truss detail, we will use for the top and bottom part, we will use double 2 by 2 by 1/4. For our fascia, we will also use double 2 by 2 angle bar inches by 1/4. Then for the web, diagonal and vertical, we will use 1 and 1/2 by 1 and 1/2 by 1/4. Also double. This is our typical girth detail with a space between vertical bars of 0.50 and a diagonal length of 0.56 meters. For our stair detail and the I-beam and stiffener plate detail. For our line canal, we have a width of 0.50 with a clear width of 0.30 meters and a depth of 0.5 meters. And for the removable cover, we will use angle bar 1 by 1 by 3/16 thickness with a width of 0.3 and length of 1 meter. For our typical truss detail, this connection with the truss support. Also, we will use 1 and 1/2 by 1 and 1/2 by 1/4 for the vertical and the diagonal angle bars. And for the top and bottom, we will use 2 by 2 inches by 1/4 angle bar. This is our connection detail of the corbel, the truss support, and the I-beam as shown. Section 1 detail. We will use 12.7 mm thick gusset plate fully welded to corbel and bolted to I-beam column as shown. Then for our sagrad, we'll use 16 mm plain bar, threaded, and 5/8 inches nut, and the purlins of 2 mm thick by 50 mm by 150 mm C purlins. Also, we will provide a bracket plate for our C purlins with having a dimension of 5 mm thick by 50 by 50 mm thick. This is the summary quantities. Item number, description, the quantity, and the unit. For part B, other general requirements, P31, permits and clearances, 1 lump sum. P51, project billboard, signboard, 2 each. P71, occupational safety and health program, 1 lump sum. P91, mobilization and demobilization, 1 lump sum. For Division 1, General, Part C, Earthworks, 800, 3A4, individual removal of trees, 751 to 900 mm diameter, 2 each. 8011, removal of structure and obstruction, 1 lump sum. 80318, structure excavation, common soil, 106.21 cubic meter. 80418, embankment from roadway or structure excavation, common soil, 106.21 cubic meter. 80428, embankment from barrow, common soil, 112.29 cubic meter. 8047, gravel fill 27.23 cubic meter. For part D, reinforced concrete 901C, structural concrete 3000 PSI, Class A 28 days, 19.33 cubic meter. 902C, structural concrete, Class B 28 days, 21.53 cubic meter. 9021A1, reinforcing steel, deformed, grade 40, 2099.31 kilograms. 9032, formworks and false work, 126.76 square meter. For Division 2, buildings, Part B, finishing and other civil works, 10019, storm drainage and downspout, 1 lump sum. 10132A, fabricated metal roofing accessory, H26.551 mm, ridge or hip holes, 21.96 linear meter. 1014182, repainted metal sheets above 0.427 mm, corrugated type, long span, 244.80 square meter. 1013 2B, fabricated metal roofing accessory, H26, 0.551 mm, flashing, 70.76 linear meter. 1013 2C, fabricated metal roofing accessory, H24, 0.701 mm, cutters, 21.96 linear meter. 1027 1, cement plaster finish, 52.24 square meter. 103218, painting works, masonry or concrete, 413.96 square meter. 10321C, painting works, steel, 2507.85 square meter. 10462A1, CHB non-load bearing including reinforcing steel, 100 mm, 70.36 square meter. 1047 4B, metal structure accessories, turnbuckle, 12 inch. 104758, metal structure accessories, bolts and nuts, 72.20 kilograms. 1047-5B, metal structure accessories, sagrants, 85.32 kilograms. 1047-5C, metal structure accessories, cross bracing, 170.53 kilograms. 1047-5P, metal structure accessories, steel plates, 887.03 kilograms. 1047-88, structural steel trusses, 9,422.32 kilograms. 1047-8P, structural steel purlins, 1,352.40 kilograms. Part F, electrical, 11010, conduits, boxes and fittings, conduit works, conduit rough gains, 1 lump sum. This be informed that the summary of quantities will be subject for a bid bulletin. For safety warning signs, we will provide a safety warning sign since it is inside the school premises. Then for the lump sum quantities, for the 1001 storm drainage and downspout, we have roof drain with strainer, 100 mm, 4 sets, 100 mm PVC pipe, 17. Then for the fittings, 100 mm diameter, PVC elbow, 10, 1/4, 8. For the fittings, 100 mm diameter PVC coupling, we have 4 pieces. For the fittings, 100 mm diameter, PVC elbow, 1/4, 10, 90 degrees, 4 pieces. For the fittings, 100 mm diameter, PVC tip, 3 pieces, with a total pipe length of 51 meters. And this is our electrical lump sum quantities. And for our permits and clearances. This include building permit, all professionals, and the Bureau of Fire. For the minimum equipment requirement, we have number one, backhoe HD 820111 with a capacity of 0.80 cubic meter, 1 unit lease. For concrete vibrator, flexible shaft type 2, head diameter 5A, gasoline light unit, 2 unit owned. Dump truck all models, 12 cubic yard, 290 HP, 1 unit owned. One bagger mixer, 4 to 6 cubic feet per meter, 1 unit owned. Plate compactor, 400 to 500 gasoline engine, 5 HP, 1 unit owned. Grinding machine with accessories, M0900, 200 to 240 volts, 2.5 amperes angle grinder, 1 unit owned. Bar cutter, 25 mm maximum rebar, diameter, grade 40, single phase, 1 unit owned. Bar bender, 25 mm maximum rebar, 3 phase, 1 unit owned. Welding machine, electric driven, DC output 500 ampere, 1 unit owned. Boom truck, NXG 1160D3, CEL 1X, 197 HP, 1 unit lease. Material testing apparatus, 1 set owned. Minor tools, 1 set owned. Jackhammer HM 1801, 2000 watts, 1 unit owned. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Lord. So are there any questions, clarifications? Yes, Ray.
Wait, regarding sa safety officer,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
ang pila ka tao ang kabutang niya.
So, we'll check, sir, sa... Actually, I don't... Wala na kami include, sir. But I will check, sir.
Sir, good afternoon, sir. Based on Luba, sir, is safety officer is one, and also one, construction safety. First aider.
Ang pila ka number of days sila present.
Yes, ma'am. They will be, sir, they will be present for the whole duration, 180, sir.
Okay, so dapat na ani sila 2026 na karon. Dahil na mo sa pag-inspection. Umuwi na sila ng tawag. And diya sa permit, ano ka mo building permit lang, wala yung occupancy. Pero sa MOA na to, naa siya. Building permit occupancy. Sa MOA 2025 na.
Sorry, with this MOA, does it include the upper court?
Naman ko yung makanhan direct. So, ang makanhan,
I understand the MOA na po is including does not include upper court.
siguro, prerequisite na siguro.
Yes, building permit for the
Ang occupancy, prerequisite ang occupancy.
upper court. Unlike sa
Oh, bago na siya ito. Then, mag-submit og split plan.
so we will include this
Yes.
and then
Kaya ang nag-book,
we'll announce
Okay, sir. That is noted, sir.
agree sa deep of kanal 0.5, kung siya, minimum ang 0.5. Then, nagbari siya sa slope.
Yes, sir.
Wala ko ba?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Minimum po.
Yes, sir. Point minimum 0.5 ng variance slope, sir. Actually.
Sa structural truss, bali wala siya cassette plate. Ang iyang mga connection.
Sir. Sir.
So tanan siya,
Yes, sir. Every part of our truss, sir, will be, yes, sir. Connected to the
namo ko
cassette
siya gap good ang
Yes,
van.
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Then at least include the non-shrink ground and non-shrink ground for base plate. No,
Yes.
wala mo siya.
Okay, sir.
Then can you provide one nut under base plate, then two nuts above base plate.
Okay, sir. That's noted, sir.
Okay, that's all. Thank you.
So, thank you, sir. With regards to the construction safety and health, actually, we are already implementing this, but it's time to build put on the emphasis. So manifestations and learning potential that will be carried out during the implementation. And also take note to our prospective bidders, give a proper bid that it should be safety officer and
Okay, i-question na ko sa kuha na sa i-question ako sa kuha namo sa among project. Thank you.
Are there any questions? Yes, sir.
Good afternoon. Layout sa electrical, sir. Sa electrical.
For the electrical, sir, will provide it, reflected in the DPWH. Wala na po siya nakapas mga lugwan, sir. Sa palit mga lugwan sa electrical, sir. But in the bid bulletin, sir, will include panels as well as lights, sir. Yes, sir.
From our prospective leaders, we have any questions? And we have questions from our online viewers.
There's none, sir.
So I think if there are no more questions from you guys, this project, then we proceed to the next project. Yes, so we proceed to the next project. So next project, 26K0024. Construction of multi-purpose building in Barangay Carmen-Patag-Bulua, Duro City, Santos Occidental. Details of this project will be discussed by Engineer Tina Fernandez.
Good afternoon, everyone. Presenting the project 96K8024. Construction of multi-purpose building in Barangay Carmen-Cagayan de Oro City in Misamis Oriental with the coordinates of 124.6088, 8.4595. The project is located at San Agustin Valley, Loans Phase 2, Barangay Carmen-Cagayan de Oro City with a population amount of 10 million. So the approved budget of contract is 9,889,563 pesos and 69 centavos with a calendar duration of 150 days. So the scope of work is construction of 5 structural bays of a covered court with reinforced concrete basketball court slab with standard court light markings, provision of electrical works, construction of elevated stage, 1.2 meter from Angela. So this is the location of the project at San Agustin Valley Home Phase 2. So site photos. Here is the perspective of the proposed project and the site development plan. So as noted here, there is collected, 1 tree, but on site, as verified, it's, small tree only. So here is the ground floor plan with the dimension of, for the main building is 32.9 meters by 22 meters, and a stage of 12 meters by 5. So here are the front elevation and the rear elevation of the proposed building. So the left elevation with an pitch of 1.55 meter on both sides. Left, right elevation. Here is the grade in framing plan of the proposed building, including the stage, the roof framing plan, and the roof plan, the project. Here also is the cross-sectional details for the structural, the blown up detail for the stage, with the arc members of 2 angle bar, 1.5 by 1.5 by 1/4, with the bottom chord of 2 by 2 by 1/4. So for the main building of the covered court, we using a white lunch for the main structure rafter, W16 by 45, for the eaves is W6 by 9, and the lateral support for W8 by 18. So for the schedule of footing, so we have classified 2 footings, F1 for the covered court, which is 1.5 by 1.5 by the depth of 1.2 and thickness of 0.9, with a quantity of 12. And for the F2 for the stage, 1.2 by 1.2 with the depth of 1.5 and a thickness of 0.3. So as well as the schedule of columns read by the corresponding footings. So the concrete beam details for the structures as well as the schedule of lunges. So here is the connection for truss support and the rafters. We'll be using 250 mm thick base plate for its work, and 4 by 20 by the depth of 450 long anchor bolts. This has 2 truss support. Here is the apex connection detail. The moment rafter splicing connection detail. Shear rafter splicing connection detail. Moment rafter to lateral support connection details. You can see the operand of the shear rafter to lateral support connection details. Moment lateral support splicing connection detail. Shear lateral support splicing connection detail. And eaves and rafter connection detail. So including the project, it has a provision of ramps. So this is the detail for the ramps and the plumbing plan. So for the summary of quantities, so part B, B.31 permits and clearances 1 lump sum. B.51 project billboard signboard 2 each. B.71 occupational safety and health program. B.1 lump sum. B.91 mobilization and demobilization 1 lump sum. For earthworks, 8031A structural excavation common soil with a quantity of 555.57 cubic meters. 804-1A, embankment from roadway excavation, common soil, 548.99 cubic meter. 804-2A, embankment from barrow for the slab of the stage as well as the multi-purpose building, 293.42 cubic meter. For the gravel field, item 804-7, 99.70 cubic meter. For the reinforced concrete, for item 901C, structural concrete, 3,000 PSI, class A, 28 days. This is for the footing, columns, and beams, with including the wall footing as well. And
From na.
the quantity of
Chat na to na.
3.16 cubic
Tawag
meters.
naman to siya.
902. See?
Mo magtatawag to siya.
Complete class B,
Tawagan ako
28
to na.
days, 83.16 cubic meter for the slab and fields. For item 902-181, reinforcing steel with warm bars, grade 40, 12,581.87 kilograms. For item 903-2, formworks and false work, the quantity of 364.92 square meters. For part E, finishing and other simple works, 1,001, soil poisoning, 82 liters, 1,019, storm drainage and downspout, 1 lump sum.
Okay.
So 1,003-181, ceiling 4.5 mm thick, metal frame fiber cement board, 102.6 square meter for the stage. Item 1,008, 1C, aluminum glass window awning type, 1.08 square meter for the stage. And 1,010, 2A, door flush, 1.44 square meter, created at the stage. 1,013, 2A, fabricated metal roofing accessories, ridge and deep rows, 43.92 linear meter. 1,013, 2B, fabricated metal roofing accessories, flashing, 202.52 linear meter. 1,013, 2C, fabricated metal accessories, gutter, 20 linear meter. 1,014, 1A2, repainted metal sheet with a quantity of 1,188 square meter. Cement cluster, 1,000 with item of 1,027, 1, quantity of 334.46 square meters. 1,032, 1A, painting works, masonry, complete, quantity of 605.29 square meter. For painting works of steel, item 1,032, 1C, quantity of 1,248.93 square meter. For CHB, non-loading, tenement thick, item 10.4621A, 276.85 square meter. For item 1,047.48, metal structure accessory, bolts and rods, 160 each, including both for the stage and the NTB. So 1,047 4B, metal accessory turnbuckle, 40 each. For 1,047 5B, metal accessory subrod, quantity of 129.20 kilograms. Item 10 for 1,047 5C, metal structure accessory cross basing, 410.28 kilograms. For item 1,447 5B, metal accessories, steel plates, quantity of 944.35 kilograms. 1,047 6, structural steel, 2,194.16 kilograms. 1,407 8A, structural steel trusses, quantity of 11,645.40 kilograms. 1,047 8B, structural steel purlins, with a quantity of 7,021.43 kilograms. For railings, item 10, 1,051.8, quantity 1 naksa. And for the electrical works, 1,110 conduit boxes fittings, 1 naksa. 1,133 wirings and devices, 1 naksa. 1,121 panel boards with main branch breakers, 1,000 ay 1 naksa. So for light fixtures, 1 naksa. So provided for the construction as well as we are provided for the safety signages, the barricades for the budget. For permits, inclusion as per CDOC of ORD number 2086/214 building permits, electrical, mechanical, plumbing, electronic fees, 05. So these are the lump sums for the electrical. For the conduits. And for the minimum equipment requirement, stake truck cargo, 1 unit owned, concrete vibrator, 2 unit owned, backhoe, 1 unit leased, dump truck, 1 unit owned, 1 bagger mixer, 2 unit owned, bar cutter, 1 unit owned, bar bender, 1 unit owned, welding machine, 1 unit owned, cutting outfit, 1 unit owned, material testing apparatus, 1 set owned, minor tools, 1 set owned, truck mounted crane, 1 unit piece, crane compactor, 5 HP, 1 unit owned. So that's all for the project. Thank you.
So, Dina. So are there any questions or clarifications? First, this project? Or
None.
perspective leader? No questions, sir?
Nothing, sir.
Well, how about in our online viewers? There are no questions, so thank you, Dina. You proceed to the third project. So third project, 26 KH0022. The contract name rehabilitation of road at Barangay Mayabas, station 400. Details of this project will be discussed by Sheena Marie Ladore.
Once again, good afternoon, everyone. Presenting 26 KH0022. Rehabilitation of road at Barangay Bayabas, Station 0+000 to Station 0+400, Cagayan de Oro City. With a calendar days of 115. Location Bayabas, Cagayan de Oro City. With an approved budget for contract 9,249,169 pesos, 0.66 centavos.
Yes,
This is the location for the 3 sections. For section 1 and 2, it is located along the triangular rotunda of Bayabas. For section 1, with a length of 300 meters, width of 6.1 meters, and thickness of 0.23 meters, with the shoulder width of 1 meter both sides, And for section 2, length of 47 meters, width of 6.1 meters, and a thickness of 0.23 meters, and a shoulder of 1 meter both sides. And the location for section 3, zone 1, Bayabas. This road is going to Manzano compound. With a length of 53 meters, width of 5 meters, and a thickness of 0.23 meters, and a shoulder of 0.5 meters both sides. This is the plan and profile for section 1. Plan and profile for section 2 and 3. This is the typical section for section 1 and 2, the picture above. It has 3.05 width of PCCP both sides plus 1 meter width shoulder both sides. And the bottom part is the section 3, which has 2.5 meters width PCCP both sides plus 0.5 meter width shoulder both sides. For the summary of quantities, item number part B, other general requirements. B.3, permits and clearances, 1 lump sum. B.5, project billboard signboard for each. B.7, 2, occupational safety and health program, 1 lump sum. B.8, 2, traffic management, 1 lump sum. B.9, mobilization and mobilization, 1 lump sum. And for volume 2, highways, bridges, and airports, part C, earthworks, 1013B3, removal of actual structures, obstruction, 0.23 meters thick, PCCP under enforced, 2,116.70 square meters. 1022 surplus common excavation, 715.54 cubic meters. And for part D, sub-base and base course, 2011 aggregate base course, 740.58 cubic meters. And for part E, surface courses, 3111 C1 Portland cement concrete pavement unreinforced, 0.23 meters thick, 14 days, 3,129 square meters. And for the minimum equipment requirement, 2-way radio, 2 owned, barricade flusher lights, 12 owned, trailer for equipments, 1 leased, concrete vibrator, 2 owned, concrete spreader, 1 owned, concrete saw, 1 owned, mechanized joint sealer, 1 owned, vibratory roller, 1 lease, motorized road grader, 1 lease, dump truck, 2 leased, backhoe with pavement breaker, 1 leased, water truck or pump, all models, 1 leased, bulldozer, 1 leased, payloader, 1 leased, backhoe, HD 8203, 1 leased, bar cutter single-phased, 1 owned, bar bender 3-phased, 1 owned, laboratory testing apparatus, 1 set. And that's all for this project. Thank you.
Thank you, Sheena. So, are there any questions or clarifications from our prospective leaders, site, and from the online? So we have none. So we proceed to the fourth and last project. The 26K80023 rehabilitation of road at Barangay Iligan, Station 0 to Station 200. Cagayan de Oro City, Misamis Oriental. So the details of this project will be discussed by Engineer Aris Caliso.
Oh, good afternoon, everyone. Rehabilitation of road at Barangay Iligan, stations 0 to station 200, Cagayan de Oro City, Misamis Oriental. So we have a net length of 200 meters. For the approved budget of contract, we have 4,624,320.54. And project duration is 67 calendar days, and scope of work is construction, improvement of existing road to gravel or paved road with width of 2.5 meters both sides and thickness of 0.2 meters thick PCCP, and construction of gravel shoulder with width of 0.7 meters both sides. And there's also a construction of RC pipe covered with slope protection, grouted riprap and stone masonry. So for general drawing, it is located in Barangay Iligan. This is the vicinity map. And this is the site development plan. And for familiarity, this is continuation of the old FMR project last year. And this is the disposal site plan. So for planning profile, this is the planning profile wherein the project will cross a natural waterway. So we will be constructing a slope protection with RC pipe culvert. So for typical drawings, these are the typical drawings. So you can see here in typical section 1, we only have here a aggregate base course. So we will just be revealing certain sections of the project. So there's also a section wherein there's a construction of slope protection, grouted riprap, and there's also a section wherein you will be installing RC pipe cross drain, but it is said here it is a proposed cross drainage system RC pipe cover to be furnished and supported by barangay unit. So I will be discussing the inclusion of the A item RC pipe culvert later. So these are the details of the slope protection. And for the Portland cement concrete pavement. So the geometric design standard drawings. And for the summary of quantities, we have here B.3 permits and clearances, 1 lump sum. B.5 project billboard and signboard for each. B.72 occupational safety and health program, 1 lump sum. B.82 traffic management, 1 lump sum. B.9 mobilization and demobilization, 1 lump sum. 104.1A embankment from roadway structure excavation, common soil 219.05 cubic. 104.2A embankment from borrow, common soil 938.76 cubic. 201.1 aggregate base course 165.17 cubic. 3111B1 Portland cement concrete pavement unreinforced 0.2 meters thick 14 days for 20 square meter. 501E pipe cover class 4 RCPC 18 linear meter. 505-2A grouted riprap class A 187.62 cubic. 506-1 stone masonry 69.05 0.9 cubic meter. So for the minimum equipment required, we have here backhoe, one leased, payloader, one leased, motorized road grader, one leased, vibratory roller, one leased, water truck pump, one owned, plate compactor, one owned, transit mixer, four leased, concrete vibrator, two owned, concrete batch plant, one leased, concrete screeder, one owned, concrete saw, one owned, bar cutter, one owned, joint sealer machine, one leased, one bagger mixer, one owned, backhoe wheel mounted, one leased, material testing apparatus, one owned, and two-way radio, two owned, and barricade flashing light, 12 owned. So the inclusion of the item B.3 permits and clearances is for the NCIP permits and clearances as per memo order number R10 FBV 00395 series of 2025. And for the inclusion of item 501E, pipe covers class 4 RCPC. So the pay item has only the inclusion of this item is just labor and equipment, since material for RC pipe culvert to be furnished and supported by the barangay unit. These are the cross sections of the projects. So that's all for this presentation.
You, Engineer Aris, are there any questions? About sa my viewers? So there are no more questions. That we discussed from the Secretariat. So now we proceed the instruction to leaders discussed by Treasurer. Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. I will be discussing the procurements, procedures and requirements for these civil works projects. Here we have the 4 civil works projects with their corresponding contract IDs and the amount, the approved budget for the contract. So for the procurement schedule, the buying of tender documents is until March 16, 2026 at 9:30 AM only. The deadline for the submission of bids will be on March 16, 2026 until 10 AM. And the opening of bids will follow right after the deadline or the bids. But for the submission of bids, the bid submission may be done manually or electronically. However, the bidders should only select one mode of submission, either manual or electronic. So here we have the manual submission, wherein we have the blue envelope system. And the next is the electronic bid submission, wherein the details are stated in the bid data sheet. Bid proposals may be submitted through an authorized representative together with the original notarized special power of attorney for sole proprietorship or board, partnership, joint venture resolution with secretary certificate for corporations, partnership, joint venture, cooperative, which is contract specific and presentation of a company ID or any government issued ID. To ensure the representative is an official member and to prevent fraudulent actions such as unauthorized use of another contractor's eligibility for personal leave. So next we will discuss the first envelope, wherein the bidder must provide a valid PhilChip's registration certificate, platinum membership on all pages. And the failure of the bidder to update the PhilChip's certificate of registration shall result in an automatic suspension of the bidder's certificate. Next, the bidder must provide a statement of all its ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started. And also a statement of the single largest completed contract or SLCC. Next, the bidder must provide a PCAB license or special PCAB license for joint venture. Next, for the bid security, we have 4 forms of bid security. The bidder will only choose one form to be submitted. And here we have the standard form for the bid security declaration. Next, the bidder must provide an organizational chart for the contract, the list of contractors, personnel, and the list of contractors' major equipment units which are owned. These are all under purchase agreement. Please see in the attached bidding documents for the required number of years for the personnel and the required number of units and capacity for the major equipment. And here we have the following documents in their standard form: the organizational chart, the list of contractors and personnel, the list of contractors and major equipment units. Next, the bidder must also provide the original duly signed omnibus sworn statement, and of course the NFCC, and if applicable, a duly signed joint venture agreement. So here we have the standard form for the omnibus sworn statement. Next, for the financial for the second envelope, we have the financial component of the bid. The bidder must provide the financial bid form, the bill of quantities, the detailed estimates, and the cash flow by quarter, which are duly signed and accomplished. Here we have the following documents in the standard form: the bid form, the bill of quantities, the detailed estimates, cash flow by quarter. So these are the common grounds for the non-compliant bid. Here we have the list of the observations from previous procurement activities and preventive measures and recommendations. Right. That is all. Extension.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So, we have questions from our viewers. Wala.
Online viewers din.
So there are no other questions, so no more matters to discuss. So this meeting conference is now closed. Thank you very much, everyone, for coming once again. Good afternoon.